All right, curious cats, welcome to my channel. Curious Alley Cats or Alley Cat, whatever, but we are all here to be curiouser and curiouser. So today I'm going to talk about narcissistic traits and narcissistic, well, survival, and in particular in this video it's going to be, just trying to do it because it's a little bit a weird angle. Let's see, will I survive? Alright, okay, that'll have to do. So yeah, hello, welcome to my channel, my page. I'm talking today about no contact with a narcissist today. Whatever narcissist you've been having to deal with, whether it's about to come out of a relationship with somebody who's a narcissist, whether you're still in a relationship and you're thinking about it and you're investigating how to be in no contact, whether you are in no contact with a narcissist or a toxic person, relationship, friendship, family, work, you name it, there can be narcissists everywhere, and we are living in the narcissistic world pandemic. It's huge. Now, I will say that I have actually been writing and talking about narcissism for a very long time, just not an awful lot on YouTube. I have a lot lower down on my other channel, but I could talk about that another day because that's a completely different type of content. And I've decided to make this channel to do more talking, slightly more serious topics, but we'll go into that another day. So yeah, narcissists and narcissism, and today it's going to be no contact. Now, we have to talk about that there is levels of narcissism because it's on a spectrum, and everybody has narcissism in them, but there's, let's say, more balanced or healthier levels of narcissism, and then there's the boundaries tipping into the more dangerous, toxic levels of narcissism. Now, if you have been dealing with a narcissist who's on the higher level of the spectrum, because obviously it's like a spectrum, narcissism, where you've got like people that are more sensitive, sometimes known as empaths, let's say. Then you've got people who, like, say the spectrum's here, and sometimes I feel like it can go, it's like a loop, like a strobe. So you've got like the empaths down here, and you've got the narcissists, full-blown narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, and a cluster of personalities at the higher, more extreme end. And then you've got all the people in between, and people change all the time. So some people could be more here and here and here and central, and then work, it's like higher up on the spectrum to the top, an over the edge sort of level, hot, extreme, and so on. So yeah, we have to understand and accept that narcissism is on a spectrum, and everybody has narcissism in their system, because it's part of human nature and the way we are set up. Now, today I'm going to focus on no contact and what that actually means. Now, if you are looking to go no contact from a narcissist, whether it's be in a relationship narc, a friendship, in a work friend, a workmate, or a family member narcissist. First of all, no contact means absolutely no contact. It means zero contacts. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of things, a lot of discipline, and a lot of boundaries need to be put in place. Now, when I say no contact, that isn't easy at all. When it comes, now the rules of no contact are slightly changed when it comes to somebody who is dealing with a narcissist who back. So a little bit of slight different angle. It's really difficult to get that phone holder to stay still and not fall, but I'm going to wash it and then see, and wash the window next time, see if it helps. So yeah, narcissism and no contact. I'm talking about no contact is more difficult when it comes to if you have children involved with the narcissist and you are trying to co-parent with the narcissist, between you, the narc, and your children that you potentially share together. Now, it's a different kettle of fish if you're getting custody or trying to get custody to look after your children yourself, because the situation is even more dangerous. That's different, because obviously you're trying to you're looking out for your children's best interest, well-being and safety. But even if your children are involved with the narcissist and you're trying to co-parent, you can't co-parent with a narcissist in a sense, because narcissists don't respect boundaries. Even if sometimes they pretend that they do not. So no contact, when it comes to no contact with a narcissist, and you have children with a narcissist, and say those children are visiting the narcissist and they're also staying with you, staying with them, or whatever the case may be, communicating a no contact with a narcissist is going to be somewhat trickier. But there are boundaries that you should and will put in place because of that level of protection, well-being, safety of you and your children and other family, but mostly you and your children, if that's the case, in which minimal contact will have to be put into place. But for the rest of the people that are going completely no contact does mean completely, absolutely no contact at all. That means no contact means having discipline with yourself, setting boundaries with yourself and the narcissist and their friends and family members and people that they work with and everyone to do with the narcissist that you have been or are involved with, and you're going to go no contact, or you are trying to, or you're in no contact. So first things first, there are some things I will say that is important. First of all, I hear a lot of people talk about and write about, when they're talking about the narcissist, they say my narcissist or my ex-narcissist. One of the first rules is to practice your language when you're thinking to talk about the narcissist. If you have to talk about the narcissist, regarding if you're going to have therapy or whatever the case may be, because sometimes we do have to talk about these things so that we can become aware and make other people aware of this covert, isolating and extremely psychologically, emotionally and mentally abusive type of personality traits of a person, or an energy exchange, which is important. So yes, a lot of my channel will be talking about the narcissist, but I am trying to practice not to say my narcissist or my ex-narcissist, because they are not yours. They do not belong to you, and you do not belong to them. They are the narcissist, because a lot of you might consider the narcissist as not even being fully a human being, a person. Some people might consider the narcissist, depending on how extreme they are, as inhuman. But that could be left for another topic of conversation. Now, no contact. So no contact means completely no contact. It's not talking about the narcissist as in my narcissist. They're not yours. Or my ex-narcissist, or my ex even. They are not yours. You are no longer attached to them. Now, there are a lot of things that make you still feel attached to the narcissist, and these are, it's a whole process to go through. For example, there's a Stockholm syndrome that people can experience. There's post-traumatic stress disorder, or chronic post-traumatic stress disorder. There's trauma bonding, cognitive dissonance, and a whole load of things that you'll be experiencing depending on the person yourself and what level of extreme abuse you have been put through by the narcissist. So when you are going no contact, you have to look at it as like a death and a rebirth. You have to look at it as if the narcissist has died. And this is not easy, because this is somebody that is walking, talking and extracting supply from humans, other people, every single day. And they are going to continue to try and attract supply from you, whether you are aware of it or not, and whether you have gone no contact or not. The narcissist is always looking for supply, because supply to the narcissist is fuel, and fuel is drugs. They are drug addicts, and they want to drug you up as well during the idolization stage, but we'll go into that on another day. So you have to go cold. No contact is like going cold turkey, because you have been drugged up by the narcissist to a certain extent, depending on your situation. Going no contact is complete no contact. It's even if they make new accounts on social media to stalk you. Narcissists are bona fide stalkers. It might not be obvious they're stalking you on social media, and some of them stalk you and other people on social media and in real life, depending on how extreme they are. But all narcissists stalk on social media. They stalk you and they stalk everyone. They stalk all their ex-supplies and all their new supplies, whether it be friends, family members, or people they're trying to hook their leeching slimy teeth into. Now, to go no contact, your mindset has to change. You have to believe in all of your heart and soul that the narcissist is dead. They are like the Walking Dead. In fact, they're like zombies. They're just energy sucking, trying to suck supply out of everyone, including you on social media, and via your phone, and your friends and their friends, and everybody is supply, including dogs, pets, animals, children, you name it. Everything's supplied to the narcissist. Everything is fuel, everything is drugs. They are drug addicts. So you have to be 100% aware that a narcissist is a drug addict, addicted to human supply and anyone that can provide them supply. Going no contact means completely going no contact unless you have children with the narcissist. That means minimal contact. The less contact, the better. And no contact means dead. No contact. It means block. Just block. Just block. On everything, absolutely everything. So, including the phone. So unless you have to contact the narcissist regarding your children, block them on everything. Now, that means block them on your phone, block them on every social media platform, and block all their friends. Yes, it means cutting ties from people that could potentially have been your friend. But if you're friends with the narcissist's friends, don't be friends. Block the family, block their family, and anyone who's involved in the narcissist as much as possible. Because these people, whether they're aware of it or not, are the narcissist enablers, aka flying monkeys. They enable the narcissist, whether they're aware of it or not. Some people are, some people aren't aware. And we'll talk about flying monkeys and enablers in another video. So, when you block the narcissist, you don't tell the narcissist you're going to block them. Because if the narcissist is coming up on your social media, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you're on, Facebook, whatever it is, and some of them may be liking your posts, commenting still, watching your stories, do not allow it at all. You don't need the narcissist or anybody who's toxic and lurking in your life to be there in the background, that you'll know that they're there with their silly little thumbnail face, staring at your pictures all day and all night, stalking you and extracting supply and trying to extract access to you. Block them on everything. Block them on your phone. Don't answer or respond to any of their texts emails, whatever it may be. Now, if they do try to contact you, you could keep a log of this for evidence if you need to. But don't talk to the narcissist. Don't text the narcissist. Don't look at the narcissist. Don't anything the narcissist. No contact means absolutely nothing. And you need to focus on yourself, focus on your life, and know that the narcissist is dead. They're not physically dead, but they're dead on the inside. So there's no need to talk to the narcissist in any way, shape or form. Now, this could be proved tricky in certain situations if the narcissist is harassing you via text, which can and will happen, or social media that they're harassing you, or via email. But you have to be strong and you have to put up with that boundary. And yes, narcissists can and will make fake and other profiles to potentially follow you or watch you on. But the point is, by blocking the narc from the original accounts that you followed each other on, whether it be Instagram, let's say. So when you were dating, originally starting to date the narc, and you follow each other, and all that thing happens where you like each other's posts and they love bomb you, this, that and the other, or whatever the case may be, none of that is allowed. Don't allow them to like your shit, and don't allow them to comment and have access. When you block them, it is putting up a boundary. Whether they come back with a different thumbnail picture of a cartoon character stalking your page, it doesn't matter. And if you do know it's them, just block, just keep blocking or everything. And you don't have to explain yourself, and you don't have to tell anybody, you don't have to tell them or anything. You just block them, because they are leeches, zombie vampires that just want to have access to you and drain your energy, like they do every single person that they come in contact with, whether it's a little bit of drugs, energy, supply, fuel, whatever you want to call it, or a lot. So say if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you'll be their main source of fuel or supply at the time, so they're extracting a lot of drugs from you, because you are their drugs. You are the narcissist's cocaine or heroin or whatever, and their other supply or their exes are secondary sources of supply, and then you become secondary sources of supply through social media, through breadcrumbing. When they text you 3 to 6 months saying, you know, during the holidays, during Easter, during Christmas, during fucking Halloween, they could just be like, hey, how are you? How's your family? This, that and the other. And you could be like, oh, I'm fine, whatever. You could text them back, but there's no point in doing that, because it's just giving them supply. And they think, because in their mindset, they think that you still want to be in contact with them when you don't. There's no reason to stay in contact with a toxic person or a narcissist. So yeah, no contact means absolutely no contact, unless you have to be because of the children or something like that. Now, this also means if a narcissist is harassing you and they bombard you with texts on social media, on the DMs, and they are actually love bombing you or harassing you with threats, or just harassing you with text to try and get your attention, whatever the case may be, you can tell them once very clearly to not contact you ever again because you don't want anything to do with them. And they can use all the tricks of the trade, such as playing victim is a huge trick of the trade. Playing victim. Don't fall for it. Get yourself a cup of tea and never step out, and don't step into the zone where you are reacting with your emotions. You have to stay in control of emotions. That means if somebody triggers you, or if you become triggered by the narc or anybody in life, to not be triggered by your emotions. That means that you have to still feel, it's important to feel your emotions, to process feelings. So yes, by all means, feel through all your emotions, but don't allow other people to take control of your emotional triggers and buttons that push you. Because when you're in your vortex, when you're in your divine feminine masculine energy, or what, yin yang I like to call it, energy, and you're not being triggered by your emotions, you are actually in fact in control of yourself, and nobody is in control of you. So no contact also means is to stay in control of your power, your magic. And that's the whole point of narcissistic abuse, because if you or any toxic relationship or friendship, whether they're a full-blown narcissist or not, people that take advantage, take you for granted, that sort of thing. Hold on to your emotions is one of the biggest rules of being in control of yourself and going no contact, which means you don't need to give them the time of day. So if you're getting all these like messages all of a sudden from a toxic person or a narc, and you're like, part of you really wants to respond and be like, put them in their place, call them out, this, that and the other, but it's actually better not to do that. It's better to just block them, completely fuck them off. And then if they pop back up and say, why aren't you calling me back, this, that and the other, calling you names, harassing you, playing victim, this, that and the other, triangulating you between you and another person, or you and whoever, gaslighting you, this, that and the other, don't give them the time, 1 ounce of your time. Don't waste your time for 1 second texting motherfucker back. I'm telling you now. Just block them. You're going to feel great if you do that, I'm telling you. Just block the motherfuckers out of your life. And this means anyone, friendship, on social media. Just block like 10 people on social media now. That is the energy through that page. Just isn't serving you. Don't go into your ego. Stay in your magic. Here, when you stay in your magic, you're calm and you can do things without even overthinking it. You can just block that person, because the energy through the social media, or their energy, is just not healthy for you to be seeing it come through your page on Instagram or whatever it may be. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to take deep breaths and just focus, get back into yourself, focus on yourself, and do something you want to do, whether that's just kick back and have a bath, have a cup of tea, go for a walk in the park in nature. It's very grounding to go to nature and just go no contact from any of those motherfuckers. I'm telling you now, you'll feel better. Not to react, not to respond, because they're just trying to provoke a reaction out of you, because that is part of supply. Part of getting supply for you or anyone is if they can provoke a reaction. So if you're texting them back, that's a reaction, and to them that's drugs. That to them I don't know whether they think they're wasting their own time, but to them it's fuel. You know, whatever the tiniest little reaction or response is fuel. And you need to be giving yourself positive energy and not wasting your time on anyone that's trying to drain and extract your positive energy. So emotional reactions need to be out of the picture. Yes, you should be able to release emotions in other ways, but don't give your emotions to narcissists. No emotional reaction and no reaction. They're dead, they're zombies, and that's what I'm going to say about no contact. It's completely no contact. When you need to manage minimal contact and somebody is bombarding you, you don't have to sit there when you hear your phone ping and be like, oh, what do they want now to do with the kids, this, that and the other. There's got to be somebody, like professionals, you can talk about when it comes to managing contact with a narcissist who's when you have kids together, like the professionals or something that you can speak to regarding that. But don't allow somebody to ruin your day if they're blowing your phone up. You can switch your phone off. You have to lay down boundaries, and if they don't respect that, you can calmly tell them, you're not respecting my boundaries. I need you to think about the boundaries I have put in place and respect the boundaries, me and my boundaries. And if they can't do that, it's harassment, and you can contact the authorities or whatever it is in your country and set up some kind of plan between you and a professional third person, whether that's a lawyer or somebody else. I don't know, because I do have adult children, and my ex, not saying he's a narcissist, but I don't talk to him. If my children want to talk to him, they can. And it's always been like that since we broke up and since I got divorced, and it took me 5 years to get divorced. And you're not to let these people eat up your life. You know, you have to get on with your life no matter how long it takes to get a divorce. You have to live your life the way you want to live it, and do the things you want to do, and focus on yourself, whether that's spending time with yourself on your own and with people that actually love you, your friends, your family, whoever it is, and you will feel better. The more you go no contact, and most minimal contact if you have children with the narcissist, but the more you go no contact from these toxic, energy draining, leeching, entitled, Walking Dead, energy vampires, the more you will feel at peace and in control of yourself, because you're not giving yourself away, your power, your magic, just like the ruby slippers in Dorothy when Glenda comes down and she says, she's got her ruby slippers on, and she doesn't let the Wicked Witch, you have to watch that whole film, that's another topic. Wizard of Oz is full of flying monkeys. The witch, who's the narcissist, and the other characters as well. And I'll go into that on another video. But the point I'm saying is, keep your fucking ruby slippers on. Doesn't matter who you are. Keep your high priest energy always in your system, no matter what. There are days where you might feel down, but you have to get back into your zone, into your heart space, and breathe And once you get back into that, you're not going to like emotionally react. And yeah, it's a whole process. So yeah, keep your ruby slippers on, and like Glenda says, you've always had the power, my dear. You've just got to figure it out for yourself, or something like that, which means don't give your power away. You've always had the power, and home is where the heart is, where your heart is. That's it, because this video has gone on far too long. Leave a comment with your experiences of no contact, and if you want to ask me a question, you can, and I'll try and get back to you. If I can see your messages, I will get back to you, your comments. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, because I like comments, as long as they're not spam comments. And subscribe, because we're going to talk about all the traits of narcissistic abuse and how they interlink with each other on other videos. And you can let me know what trait you would like me to talk about next, and I'll be talking about other topics of conversation too. Have a nice day.